Hello students, in this video you are going to learn about testing of DC motors. First we will see module 2 syllabus. In module 2 you have two parts. One is testing of DC motors, other part is 3-phase induction motors. In testing of DC motors you will learn direct and indirect method of testing of DC motors, brake test, Simmons test, retardation test, Hopkinson test, field test, merits and demerits of test. So this is the topics we will learn in first part. And second part, 3-phase induction motors, review of concept and generation of rotating magnetic field, principle of operation, construction, classification and types, squirrel cage and slip ring induction motors we have. So these topics are belongs to review concept or review portion. According to syllabus, no questions shall be set from the review portion, since already these concept you have studied in basic electrical engineering subject, so that in syllabus itself they have mentioned no questions shall be set from the review portion. So actual topics in this 3-phase induction motors: slip, torque equation, torque slip characteristics. In that we have three regions of operation. So covering motoring. So motoring operation and generating operation, braking operation. So these three regions of operation you are going to learn according to the torque slip characteristics. Next, maximum torque. Last one is significance of slip. So slip varies with respect to the speed of the induction motors. So that significance we will study in this module. Okay. First, in this module, in this video, you are going to see about introduction part of testing of DC motors and direct and indirect method of testing of DC motors. Direct method and indirect method of testing of DC motors. First we will go to the introduction part of introduction part of testing of DC motors. So efficiency. So once if you want to test any mission, so after testing we will calculate the efficiency. So efficiency we are defining with power output to power input. The ratio of power output to power input is called efficiency. Power output you can also write power input minus losses. So this is a definition of efficiency. In DC motors we have various losses will presence, so that can be calculated by using testing of DC motors. Efficiency can be calculated, various losses and efficiency can be calculated by using testing of DC motors. Already in syllabus we have seen we have a different test: brake test, Simmons test, retardation test, Hopkinson test, field test. So with this test we will apply on DC motors and we will calculate the efficiency and various losses, right? So there are different methods of testing DC motors. So this testing of DC motors mainly classified into two types. One is direct method of testing, other one is indirect method of testing. So in direct method of testing is used for small rating missions, small size missions we will use. Indirect method of testing we will use for large size and high rating missions we will use. So in direct method of testing, in this method of DC motors, so which is to be tested is automatically loaded and input and outputs are measured. The efficiency is given by, already we have seen, output power to input power. The ratio if you take, that will be equal to the efficiency. Since similarly here efficiency here is equal to output by input. In simple definition we can say output by input, but in terms of power output to power input we have to take the ratio between power output to power input is called efficiency. So generally this method is employed to small motors, small size or small rating motors. The motor is loaded by means of brakes applied to the water cooled pulleys. So we will apply the load on the DC motor using the uh, water cooled pulleys. So brakes will apply directly. So that's what this method brake test is one of the direct method of testing. The main drawback of this method is that the accuracy in determining the mechanical output power of the motor is limited. So the mechanical output power we cannot calculate exactly. So alternatively it is difficult to provide full load for the large capacity motor already. So I have explained. So direct method of testing is used for only small size or small rating missions. But indirect method of testing so we can use for large capacity or high rating DC motors. So this is the direct testing, their method of testing. And coming to the indirect method of testing. So this method is not loaded directly. So in this method, the motor is not loaded directly, but losses and efficiency at different loaded can be estimated. So indirect method of testing you can also call it as a no load test. Some of the test, but field test is not load. Field test also indirect method of testing, but there we will apply the load. In other methods like Simmons test, Hopkinson test and retardation test, so we will test the motors at no load condition, but a field test is used for to test the DC series motor. There we will use load. Okay. Out of different methods available for testing of DC motors, Simmons test, Hopkinson test are commonly used in practice on shunt motors. Shunt motors, to find deficiency we will use Simmons and Hopkinson test. In series motors cannot be started without load. So series motors always we need to start with the load. So that in series motors if you want to test, so we will apply the load. So if you start series motor without load, so it will runs at a dangerous speed. Automatically the windings of series motor will get damaged. So that to avoid damage of series motors, so we will use load before starting the series motor. So no load tests cannot be performed on DC series motor. That is the main important thing. So series motors always start with load. So if you start without load, it will run high speed, it will run dangerous speed. Automatically the armature and field winding will get damaged. So next the system of a series motor like armature winding, field winding we need to replace. So this is about testing of DC motors. So we have two types of testing, direct method of testing, indirect method of testing. So indirect method of testing we will use at no load conditions, and also this test we will use for high capacity motors. And the direct method of testing, so we will use for small size or small capacity of DC motors. So we will use to test using direct method of testing. Okay. So this is the introduction part on the direct method and indirect method of testing. So in next video we will see about brake test, problems on brake test. So these are the two topics. So we'll discuss in next video. So thank you everyone.